Hello, this is Liam from Lazarus Personal Training, and this is your full body kettlebell workout. So the structure for this workout goes as following. You can either do these exercises back to back with a rest at the end and repeat 3 times, or you can do each exercise 3 times, then move on, 3 times, move on, whatever works best for you. This is a full body workout where we go lower, upper with a core movement at the end. Your first exercise is a kettlebell Romanian deadlift for 20 reps, and we are going 1.5 reps every single time. So with this, we're going to take the kettlebell, we're going to stand up tall, and we're going to lock the hips and lock the feet into the ground. From there, we're going to come down below knees to then come up halfway, back down below the knees to come up to standing again. This means that we have to get more time under tension. It means that we have to make sure that the core stays firm and tight while we're moving, and it adds an isometric point into the movement to make sure the back stays locked and it stays secure. Main things to think about with this is every time you stand up to the top, you lock your glutes out and your feet remain planted into the ground and your abdomen stays braced and tight throughout the entire movement. From there, we're going to go into a bent over kettlebell row where we're going to go 10 reps on each side, and I want you to add an isometric pause at the end for 5 seconds. When we go into that row position, I want you in a staggered stance, so you've got one foot behind the other one, and if you need to, get a couple of blocks or a couple of books to bring it up to a height where you feel comfortable that you can take hold of the kettlebell with your arms straight without losing your back position. I want you to roll that kettlebell up as if it's coming into your back pocket, so we are squeezing the lower trap area, or basically our mid back. What this isn't a case of is trying to bring your elbow up as high as you can take it. Your elbow should aim to be sat into the side of your body and then back down again. Imagine that you're pulling the kettlebell up into your back pocket, and a 5-second isometric on the end means that we really lock and hold that position. We have to squeeze it. Key things to keep in mind with this is that the body stays tight and stays locked in place, your grip stays strong and it stays secure, and it's your shoulder blades that are doing the majority of the movement. From there, we then go into a kettlebell squat position. Now ideally with this, we're going to take hold of the kettlebell and we're going to hold it on its horns. However, if that doesn't feel too comfortable, we can go into a position where we hold the kettlebell in our hands like a goblet. When we're in that position, shoulder blades are squeezing back, feet are locked into the ground and the core stays tight. If you struggle with a squat pattern, what you can do is sit down to a seat to stand back up again, but ideally we're doing this to a full range of motion. Your feet will be slightly wider than they were for the deadlift. We're again going 20 reps out of this, but I want you to have a 3-second negative to then hold at the bottom to then drive up again. So basically on the way down, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, hold for 2 seconds to then drive back up again, and then instantly going back down into that. 20 reps out of this will have your legs burning. From there, we go into a kettlebell push press where we go 10 reps on each side. Now this varies on what weight of kettlebell you have, but by this point you should be feeling pretty fatigued out, and the shoulders are the weakest part of the body. If you can, keep this as a strict press, but there's no problem with having a little bit of a dip from the knees to then drive up and push overhead. Main things that I want you to think about with this is that your arm is in a straight line with your body. So what we shouldn't have is that the arm comes forward out of it. Your arm, your elbow should be out of sight when you press up and overhead. You shouldn't be able to see it, and it should be completely locked out. So your arm should be in one straight line above your head. And again, core stays tight, glutes are tight, feet are planted into the ground. Finally, we have our core movement, and this is a Turkish sit-up. So if it's in my right hand, my left arm is out to the side, my right knee is bent up and my left leg is straight. I'm then going to sit up with my arm coming up overhead to then come back down again, where I go 6 on each side. This is basically a weighted sit-up position. Use the outside arm to help yourself sit up. And I want to make sure that you sit up as full and as tall as possible. We go 6 reps on each side there. And again, the format of this is either you do these back to back, rest and then repeat, or you do 3 sets, 3 sets, 3 sets, 3 sets, 3 sets, however you feel best. If you feel like you can remember all the exercises, go through in a loop, but if you struggle to remember the exercises, do one, then move on to your next one. This should last around 30 to 40 minutes. Make sure you're fully warmed up and able to move around before you start doing this. So it's probably worth having a check on if you can move from your hips, if you can squat correctly, and if your arms and shoulders feel in a good position. If they don't, take some time to warm that up and get those moving before you start this workout. I've been Liam from Lazarus Personal Training. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, give it a like and share it with someone that has a kettlebell, because they might be able to take part in this workout too. If you really like this content, please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.